Well, hello everyone. I'm John O'Loughlin and welcome to my channel. It's called McDuff_2020 as we've migrated from our purged channel, McDuff, Kennedy's Man to Smash the CIA. But we continue here on our alternate backup channel. And I wanted to take the opportunity here to introduce a man that has been a fan of George Webb and myself for many months now. And he happened to be traveling near Mystery Island today. His name is Carlos Aliaga. And so Carlos, thanks for stopping by. And how are you today?
Well, what an honor to be with you. It's incredible, but I came from Bolivia to travel for about 2-3 months. We've been living with Anna, my wife, in Bolivia for 30 years, and one of my dreams was to come to Cap Island and meet you because I admire you a lot, and I admire your courage, and I admire the courage of George Webb and your father. Yeah, such an amazing supporter of President J.F. Kennedy, cowardly assassinated by the CIA. Anyway, I actually am the first candidate for the presidency of Bolivia that ran as independent for the elections of May the 3rd of this year that were canceled, and the TSI, the Tribunal Supremo Electoral, the Electoral Supreme Tribunal, violated my constitutional right in Bolivia to present myself without parties, political parties. Unfortunately, in Bolivia, and I think throughout the world, because they don't produce anything, what does a minister in Bolivia or a senator produces? They live from what they impose on us, on the taxes, and they don't respect the creators, a farmer or a teacher or an engineer, and that is the republic, the res public, the public thing is made from the creators, from the producers. And when that is not recognized, then we have these collusions of the state and big corporations that pretty much want us on welfare.
Well, that's right. They pretty much want us on welfare, and well said. It really is the creators and the producers that we all have to rely upon. And again, right here in this country, and I want to learn more about your country, but I don't know enough to really have a handle on the issues that you're fighting there. I want to learn more about it. But right now, I'm very concerned about our election here in the United States. I mean, today it's the 28th of October. Our election is 6 days away. I mean, more or less, since people have started voting in many states. Mm-hmm. But frankly, I'm very concerned for President Trump's re-election. I want to know from you, from your perspective, and I mean specifically as a Spanish-speaking native, what can we do to energize the Spanish-speaking people in the United States to vote and for President Trump? What do you think are the big issues? And before I finish my question, I just want to say that it's very nice to have you traveling through here, and I'm honored that you took the time to stop off to meet me. So let's talk about the U.S. election. Mm-hmm. And what do you think that the people who may be watching the Spanish language television, for instance, or otherwise in tune with Spanish issues need to hear to understand how important it is that we re-elect President Trump?
In Bolivia, we have had 14 years of the Movimiento al Socialismo, the Mass Party, which has been re-elected, by the way, by a majority. It's a populist party of the left. And that party is really pro-China. And so China has been in Bolivia exploiting minerals with no concerns for the water quality and things like that. And to be under them, and I have been also in Venezuela in May 2018, and I've seen how that government, mainly supported by the Chinese, in the name of socialism, have created a macabre situation, okay? And when I heard Mr. Bernie Sanders say that Evo Morales was a great man without even knowing Bolivia, it was very offensive because it took us a lot to regain a little bit of democracy that didn't last long because the transitional president, Áñez, violated being a transitional president, so now Mas is back. But when I'm talking about Bolivia, when I'm thinking about Mr. Trump, because Mr. Trump is not only important for the U.S., the U.S. is the most powerful country on earth. When in New York somebody has a sneezes, we get bronchitis in Bolivia. So for us, it's very important what's happening here. And in this country, what the Clinton cartel has done is, and of course, Mr. Biden is part of it. I say this with a lot of respect, but my 3 children are Bolivian American citizens, and 2 of them are working here. So I care about this country, where I invented myself. When I came here at age 18, I had to work, and I could find a job as a janitor, as this and that, and I became I got a master's degree in hydraulic engineering at the University of Wyoming. So I care for this country. And I see that when Clinton deindustrialized this country and took everything to China, places like Ohio, Cincinnati, the working class here were very destroyed. And also, I think Middle America, places like I love, like Wyoming, were also really put down. And so that's why a lot of people of those areas, when Mr. Trump came and started talking about let's make America first again, great again, it was not because he's a fascist. Hermanos, Trump no es un fascista. Hermanos de habla hispana de Estados Unidos. Mr. Trump is trying to recover the res publica, la cosa pública, the thing of the people. And who's the people? Are those that are working, that the creators, again, the teachers, the engineers, the artists, and not these politicians or really, really powerful people that take the government and they want to put us in welfare, and that's not good for anybody. So to make this thing short, Trump is very important because he's bringing jobs back to this country. He's not making any wars in the world. Who has restored peace in the Middle East? So many years, Biden and everybody has been talking about it, and they haven't done anything, okay? And the only one that can stand to Chinese totalitarianism is not Biden, because Biden and Clinton and company, in a way, are for the Chinese. I mean, if you hear these guys and they research carefully, not only them, Dr. Robert Farrell and dark journalists who I admire a lot, they figure out that there is this huge pipeline to take hydrocarbons, oil energy from Middle East and Russia to Asia, to China. And probably that's one of the reasons why the Chinese totalitarians had to try to destroy the U.S. economy, because Trump was making the economy strong enough to the point that the U.S. is not only energy sufficient, can have energy producing the energy here, but they can export to Europe. So I think that for Hispanics, if you permit me, I will say it in Spanish. Yo creo, hermanos latinos en Estados Unidos, no le tengan miedo a Trump porque tal vez esté yendo contra los ilegales. No es bueno estar ilegal en ningún lado. Y él es una persona inteligente, incluso para los que se llaman los dreamers. Confío que el presidente Trump es inteligente. Y obviamente a esa gente que es creativa y trabajadora, él la va a aceptar. Entonces, y también no nos ayuda a nadie ser esclavos del Estado. Yo creo que nosotros tenemos que vivir de lo que producimos, de lo que creamos.
Carlos, I'm very grateful to you for sharing your thoughts. And you said you were a little concerned about your English, but it's really excellent. I understood every word. And thank you for sharing in Spanish as well. May I ask you one more question, if I may? Would you translate for me into Spanish what I like to tell the people? I would like to say this, that this is the most important election that we've ever had in the United States, and that may also mean in the entire world, ever.
Esta es la elección más importante que estamos teniendo no solo en los Estados Unidos, sino tal vez en el mundo.
I ask you to support President Trump because President Trump supports the businesses, the small businesses, the businesses that we need to grow into the producers, to grow into the artists, to grow into the culture that has been taken away and is being suppressed all over the world. Now, it is the United States that is at stake here. We have to support President Trump because the Democrats are going to take us into that lockdown, totalitarian nightmare that we all have to do everything we can to avoid. So please,
let me
please give the best consideration you can and support President Trump.
Él nos pide, él es el hijo, hermanos, de un hombre que ha sido, I'm giving them a context of who you are.
Sí, sí.
Él es el hijo de un hombre que ha sido muy leal al presidente John F. Kennedy, asesinado por la CIA. El papá de él, el señor McDuff, trabajaba para el FBI y ha sido el más leal al presidente Kennedy. ¿Ya? Entonces, él es una persona contra la CIA. Su programa se llama McDuff para hacer pedazos a la CIA. Él no es un tipo, o sea, de los republicanos, digamos, explotadores. No, él es lastimosamente el Partido Demócrata ha sido tomado por una izquierda prácticamente totalitaria. Es que la izquierda aquí, hay muy buena gente en la izquierda, pero es bastante naive. Pero el punto de él es que, y ahora traduzco, now I'll translate what you said after giving that context, es que él les pide que la comunidad latina y el pueblo latino norteamericano tienen que apoyar al presidente Trump, porque esta es una de las elecciones más importantes, no solo para Estados Unidos, sino para el mundo. ¿Y por qué apoyarlos? Porque tu hermano, que tienes tu propio negocio, que a pesar de los impuestos que te meten aquí, sigues produciendo. ¿Por qué es importante? Porque Trump está defendiendo esos intereses, los intereses del pueblo trabajador norteamericano y no de las grandes corporaciones como Bill Gates y demás. ¿Me entiendes? No, es esa gente que está trabajando en el campo, que está trabajando como maestros, que están trabajando como artistas. Entonces, a ellos está defendiendo el presidente Trump, trayendo los trabajos a Estados Unidos nuevamente, no que estén en la China y todo el pueblo arruinado. Entonces, ese es el mensaje de él. Y añadiendo a eso, lastimosamente, los de la izquierda, con la mejor intención del mundo, como esta Ocasio-Cortez, esta Cortés, congresista, quieren traernos quieren traer el socialismo. Piensan que el socialismo es una belleza. En ideas es. Pero ¿saben quién determina cuáles son mis necesidades y cuáles son mis habilidades? Yo prefiero que eso se dé en el mercado, que yo ofrezca mis servicios y bienes y quien los necesita que los tome. Pero no el Estado, porque el Estado falla en eso. Entonces, con esa idea en mente, yo me adhiero a lo que él dice y apoyar a Trump es muy importante. Gracias.
Y gracias, Carlos. Gracias a ustedes. Muchas gracias por traducir, is it?
Sí, traducir.
Okay. Well, my Spanish is bad, but I'm speaking from the heart, and I know that my friend Carlos is too. Mucho gusto en conocerle.
Igualmente.
And gracias.
Muy bien.
Okay.
Gracias
Thank you
a
all.
ustedes.
We'll talk to you soon.